Hey guys, we're the Owners of Triforce. I'm Owner 1.
And I'm Owner 2.
And here we are, the day after the Switch presentation.
Oh, yeah.
Which was fantastic, but we're of course here to talk about this, the trailer for Breath of the Wild.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah, and well, the first thing I want to bring up is something that came last in the trailer. We're probably going to check, well, we have the computer here, we're going to just slowly watch through and talk about the stuff we see. We're not going to analyze, very deep into stuff, but talk about our reactions and what we think of each of these things that we see in the trailer. Yeah, but the last thing we saw in the trailer was the release date.
Yeah.
And it launches with Switch and apparently comes out for the Wii U on the same day. That is the best news, of course.
Yes.
Especially for us, because we heard rumors that the game was going to be delayed in Europe.
Yeah. Jeez.
And that would totally suck if it did.
Yes, I agree.
It wouldn't be that much of a problem if, like we talked about earlier, that if the console was region-free,
yeah,
we could actually buy it from North America. But it is region-free, but the game also comes out in Europe on the same day, so it's not a problem.
That's awesome.
Yep. So in the future, we're going to, of course, play this game. I'm going to make lists like we do with every game, and we're going to split it up in the way that Owner 2 is going to play and record the Switch version.
Yep. And
I will play the Wii U version.
I win.
You win. I'll probably get the Switch version too, but I'm going to play it, for the sake of the channel, I'm going to play the Wii U version. Yeah.
And I'll probably get the Wii U version as well. Sometime later. I need both versions.
Of course we do. We both do.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's that. Let's just click through the trailer here and see just what we think about the stuff we see. And I'm going to show pictures as we go on from the trailer. And so far we just see a lot of water.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Amazing water.
Amazing. Yeah, it's beautiful water. So we see a coastline with cliffs and stuff, seagulls in the air.
Amazing.
Amazing. And in the background we see Death Mountain probably, because there's a volcano right there.
Yes.
But there's something next to it. I'm not sure what that is. You see like some pillars or something sticking up. I was really curious when I took notes earlier about this trailer.
True.
I have no idea what that is.
No, me neither.
But continues on with landscapes, and here we see the waterfalls and palm trees and stuff.
Yeah.
Also beautiful.
It looks amazing. Oh, jeez.
Really does, and especially I'm wondering if this is like the coastline next to the beach or something, because I thought it was desert at first.
Yeah, I was wondering about that too.
But do you see those animals?
Yeah.
Aren't those seals?
That was clearly seals. Actually,
it looks like seals. Yeah. So I'm not sure what kind of area that is. Sorry about the clicking noises if you hear that, because. I have to press play and stop and pause and stuff. So the computer is right next to the microphone, so please excuse that.
Sorry about that.
But in the next frame, or the next clip, you see this snowy area.
Yeah.
And did you notice the animal there?
I did.
Yeah. So that's like an Arctic fox.
Amazing white fox.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
And that's when, like, the first thing I saw, and I thought that was really cool.
Yeah.
Imagine if you can, like, tame that fox and use it as a pet, like Wolflink.
Yeah.
That would have been awesome.
That would be amazing. Seriously.
I'm really curious if there are other options than just Wolflink, even though I'm probably going to use him a lot.
Most likely. It would be cool if you could actually tame that fox.
Really would.
Yeah.
So here we see like an overview of more of a forest and mountainous area.
Yeah.
Not much to say. We've seen a lot of that already.
Yeah.
That's mostly what we have been seeing. But here's like... Okay, so there's a forest here and Koroks.
Yeah.
Like a clear picture of... clear view of Koroks. We've seen some before and seen them talking in gameplay videos from E3 last year.
Yeah.
But it's now leading us to the Master Sword. And apparently what appears to be the Great Deku Tree behind. We see more of him later, barely. And I think he's the one talking at one point, actually.
I think so too.
Yeah. So, the sword next to the Deku Tree, does that tell us something? We've usually seen him, no, not him, but the sword in the Sacred Grove.
Yeah.
But that was also the Temple of Time in Twilight Princess.
Yes.
But then the Temple of Time in Ocarina of Time. Right now it's next to the Deku Tree. I don't think either one of us is really into the timeline stuff
No.
to really discuss it and analyze that, so we're not gonna do that. Unless you feel like doing it.
I'm not really interested in that stuff.
No, it's cool. I think it's fair that many people have their own opinions and stuff, but we
of
really
course.
don't have that strong opinions on the timeline. So
No.
we just take the game for what it is mostly and go from there.
Yeah. That's what we do.
Yeah. So let's see what's more here. Oh, there's the Master Sword. Actually, it's
yeah.
glowing a bit.
Yeah.
Not sure what that's about, but what's interesting is that I remember I pointed out from a comment I saw on IGN or something about the 3 flowers next to the Master Sword, because in A Link to the Past there are 3 white flowers around the pedestal in Lost Woods.
Yeah.
But and we saw that there were 3 flowers there earlier, but now I only see 2.
Yeah.
I don't know why.
I only see 2 as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a small thing probably. I have no idea what that's about, but
Could be a reference.
could be. But like, why is 1 missing?
Yeah.
So because it was there earlier, at some point. So maybe the destruction of Hyrule took that 1 flower away.
Maybe.
Yeah, that's like the
Actually-
worst thing that could ever happen.
Yeah. That's cruel as. Yeah.
Yeah. Right.
That's an amazing shot.
Yeah, that's also, I think, a sort of a reference to artwork from A Link to the Past, because I think it's really reminiscent of like an artwork with the sunbeams coming down at the sword right here.
Yeah.
If you've seen it before.
Yeah, I've seen it.
Yeah.
It looks pretty alike.
Yeah. So I'm not sure if it has something to do with A Link to the Past or not. But we'll have to see.
Just
again,
have to wait and see.
Yeah, because we're not going to speculate too much about it. So
Nope.
let's go ahead for some more.
Green fields.
Yeah. Again,
Of
we've seen
course.
that a lot. We have seen the objects in the distance, the flying things, probably that huge bird robot
Yeah.
thing, and then there's the castle down there, and we saw horses.
Mm-hmm.
This is all very familiar to what we've seen already.
Yeah.
And yeah, Link runs, he climbs. But this one was kind of interesting.
Yeah.
I have no idea where this leads, but that's a very special bridge.
Yeah.
So I was really amazed to see that. I'm really curious, and I want to find that spot in the game to see where it leads.
Oh yeah. It looks. How does that bridge even work?
Yeah, I know, because those logs are really long, apparently.
Yeah.
I have no idea. Someone, I think, commented that it probably led to the bird ship or something, but
Oh yeah.
I'm not sure if, that bird ship is like, it can go anywhere probably. If it's in the air, it can fly, so,
Of course.
it should probably reach another cliff, is my first guess.
Yeah.
Since it stays that way all the time, but I have no idea.
No.
We'll have to see when the game comes out.
Yeah. Just have to wait.
So more snowy areas, we've seen that too.
Yep.
Link riding a horse, also a common thing. And I think this is the point. We wouldn't use the sound right now because, well, maybe copyright reasons or something.
Yeah.
Not to disturb us talking or anything, but I think this is the place where we hear an old woman's voice.
Yes.
Because now there's more voice acting again. I thought that was totally off after the E3 trailer and gameplay, because we have seen characters speak to Link in this game.
Yeah.
Like Cass, was it? That big bird with the accordion?
Yeah.
Yeah. You heard no voice from him. He was just talking with the text there, so I thought like the voice acting was deconfirmed, but
Yeah.
in this trailer there's a lot more voices than we've ever heard before. So
Oh yeah.
do you have any thoughts of who that old woman might be?
My first thought was actually Impa.
Yeah, that's the very common guess.
Yeah.
And I have no better suggestion than that. I really think it's Impa myself.
Yeah.
Could be any other, I think. To be
Of course,
honest.
but that's my first thought after hearing that voice.
Yeah, so if it's your first thought, do you have any others?
Not any specific character, but if I remember correctly, since we're watching it without the sound,
Yeah.
she says something about my daughter or something,
About
or
what?
my child, or
Does she? Because I
Yeah.
know there's another voice says that.
what's that?
Yeah, I think it's like a more manly voice that says saving my daughter towards the end of the trailer.
Oh, maybe, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, then my only guess is Impa. That's my only
Yeah, I
guess.
think
Then.
it's Impa.
I thought it was here, but maybe that's more to the end. Yeah.
I checked it recently again. We can probably check if it sounds.
Yeah.
Well, this is the English one, so we can check it later.
Yeah.
We
I might be wrong.
Yep.
Just don't. I watched it at work and low sound and yeah.
Right.
Just
Yeah, so we want to try to keep this brief, and we already spent 10 minutes actually talking about this thing. So
correct.
yeah, that's insane. We're only 1 minute and 20 seconds into the trailer, so
Yeah.
let's go on because there's still a lot to talk about there.
Yeah.
So these are beautiful areas,
yeah.
ruins of stuff, but I would like to see how it looked like back in the day before it was ruined.
Yeah.
So more mountains and fields and the things we've seen before. A little more wildlife, but there's one of the towers, I guess, that just come bursting out from the rock. We've sort of seen that before, so we won't touch much into that, and not into the castle and Calamity Ganon. We've seen that before too.
Yeah.
And there's probably the tower we just saw.
Yep.
But here, let's just go back a bit.
Here.
So we have enemies here, like apparently people are calling that big one a moblin. That's very different, but I'm not sure if it's really a moblin. But there are also the usual bokoblins here,
Yeah.
and one of those chameleon things that we've seen earlier.
Yeah.
I know there's another enemy type that probably is a Listlefoes. Many people think this is a Listlefoes. It might be because there were the item that dropped when Bill Trennan played this game at the Game Awards.
Yeah.
It was called something with Listlefoes or something. So the weapon it dropped.
Right.
But later we see one breathing fire. None of these ones we saw earlier in the gameplay video with Bill Trennan. None of them breathed fire at all.
No.
At all. So they had like electricity attacks and stuff. So
Yeah.
who knows? Maybe there's different types of Listlefoes or something.
Might be.
Elemental. So another garden here.
Yeah.
Not much more to say about that. There's another rock monster. I mean, we've seen that boss called Steptalis or something. Like this, yeah, it's very similar to this one.
Yeah.
But the field looks a bit different, so I'm not sure if there are more of those, or because it doesn't look like it's in the same place.
No. So maybe there are more.
Perhaps. I think there were more trees around. We only see one angle here, but
Yeah.
it does look kind of emptier than the previous one. Or maybe you can just, bring the boss with you to another place. Maybe it'll follow you.
Yeah. Maybe.
I really have no idea, but that remains to be seen. This one's interesting. That's a huge new monster, and I'm not sure what Link is doing. Did he like use a harpoon
It looked
on
like
the
it.
monster or something and just sliding it along with it?
Yeah.
And is this in snow or sand? Can you tell? It's
Well,
pretty.
it looks like sand.
Yeah, I think it's sand too, but I just saw it was really, really white.
Yeah.
But it's. Wait a minute, is that a walrus? The thing is grabbed to.
What?
Yeah, I think I've seen a walrus later in the trailer,
Yeah.
but I thought this was the same creature, the one coming up from the ground. I thought like the thing that Link is grabbed to. I thought that was his tail or something.
Yeah.
But
It's actually its head.
yeah, I'm not sure what's going. Okay, so that's probably the walrus, and that we will see later too. But that monster is freaking huge. It's probably another outdoor boss, and that's really cool
Yeah.
to have
That's-
outdoor boss encounters.
It's really cool.
I wonder what it could be though.
Yeah. It looked like a walrus, but it's big.
The one behind, you think?
Yeah.
I don't think it's a walrus at all. I mean, whoa. It looked like when we paused it right at the right moment there. Because, and once again, I thought it was like a serpent thing.
Yeah, but
It looks like
got
just
a
a
tiny
huge...
hand.
Yeah, that too, actually. So I wonder if you... Is this like a sand ocean or something? Because it looks like the walrus is swimming and Link is surfing or something. I have no idea.
So much information.
Yeah, this trailer revealed a lot
Yeah.
new and old stuff too. So we see the icebox here that Link uses. We've seen that before. There's the fire Listen Falls.
Yeah.
And that's probably a Listen Falls anyway. Maybe even a Dino Falls. It doesn't look too different, I think, from what we've seen earlier. And of course, it's fire in a volcanic area, so
Yeah.
that's very common for a Zelda series. So.
Actually, it's.
But then there's this one. We saw that one earlier. It's freaking huge. What really looks like a moblin.
Yeah.
But that giant eye? You see that?
What? Yeah.
So I've seen people speculating that it was actually an eye in the Switch reveal trailer, but I couldn't see it then, but I really see it now. That's obvious now. That's a huge eye on top of his head.
What?
That's weird.
That's weird. Majora's Mask 3D? Hello?
yeah. Like the boss is there.
Yeah.
Yeah, of course. Maybe that's something like that. I don't know. This one,
Yeah.
I was really curious about because I barely noticed it at first. You see, it's like a human thing or something.
Yeah.
But if you pause it and see his mask, look at the symbol.
Oh, what?
Oh, damn it! I tried to pause at the right moment, but it was really hard. Did you see the symbol though?
Let me see.
Oh, damn it! Press 1 again. I'm just using YouTube as usual, so...
Yeah.
Okay, there.
Uh-huh.
That looks like an upside down Sheikah symbol.
Yeah.
And I was just thinking, is this like a rogue Sheikah or something? Someone who's betrayed the tribe?
Maybe.
Maybe. And it's a freaking huge person too.
Yeah.
If it is a person, it looks like it has tusks or something coming out of the hood there. I'm not sure, but... So that's really interesting.
That's really interesting,
It's
yeah.
a huge person, looks like a human, has the Sheikah, like an upside down Sheikah symbol on it. So I don't know what that means, but that's very interesting,
Yeah.
and I'm excited to see what that is.
Huh.
We see enemies being crushed by a boulder here, and then you see, these explosive barrels that just take out everything.
Yeah.
And then a shrine or something. I guess it's a shrine. And then it's
Yeah.
Calamity Ganon once again. And the paraglider.
Yeah.
But here are a couple of new villages we haven't seen before.
Yeah.
So this one looks very like Middle European-ish. Like it could have been the Netherlands or maybe Germany or something.
Yeah.
It has windmills. It looks very, very gorgeous, the whole village here. We've seen one settlement or something earlier in the previous trailer. And, it looked kind of good, but this one looks like a real town.
Yeah.
And I'm really excited for that. I was a bit concerned of there not being that many towns left. Because most people just looked like they were wandering the land trying to find a new settlement or something and haven't gotten a chance to rebuild the society. But this proves otherwise.
Yeah.
And there's another one right after. Seems to be placed in the desert.
Yeah.
And that's amazing too.
Oh, yeah.
That's probably a hint towards something we can get to later here. So, it's kind of desolated areas.
Yeah.
Also seen before, especially there. And there's more water. And here's the Deku Tree again.
Yeah.
The Koroks. And you can actually see something moving. I guess it's the mouth. Because here you can hear the voice of him, I think. He's about to tell Link the truth, like he didn't remember who the Deku Tree was.
That's
and all
right.
that. Maybe that's the flower I was talking about. Maybe it's just moved.
Maybe.
Maybe. So let's just move on here. And there, do you recognize this? I mean, I don't mean because I haven't seen this. We haven't seen this close with a close-up yet at all.
No.
But we have seen barely. I mean, I haven't seen it myself, but someone had pointed it out in previous trailers that on top of Death Mountain you can see like a huge creature crawling around the volcano.
Yeah.
Like in the distance, and you see it just as a small thing, but of course the volcano is huge, so we guess it's a huge thing. I guess this is it, because it has legs like that, and this clearly is a volcano.
Yeah.
So that's probably it. I don't know if it's like a very large guardian or it kind of looks like it.
Yeah.
And
It does.
has fire on his feet. I mean,
His feet.
on his feet. So that's really cool.
That's really cool.
So there's a shot of Link and Zelda here probably. And this kind of looks like a dungeon or something.
Yeah.
So I'm excited to see that. Dungeons,
Amazing.
best thing ever. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then everyone freaked out and was like, "Oh my god, it's Zelda! She's nude!" Yeah. But clearly she's not because she has like a dress or a towel or something around her.
I was freaking out as well.
But from there, she really looked like Skyward Sword Zelda.
Yeah.
At first, I thought maybe there was like two different women. I was really sure that this was Zelda at least.
Yeah.
But I wasn't sure about the girl we saw next time when we saw her face. To me, it kind of looked like two different girls, but
It actually did.
yeah, but I'm 100% sure that they're both Zelda.
Yeah.
So anyway, this reminds me of a whole other game than Zelda. What do you think when you see this picture?
Shadow of the Colossus.
Exactly. Exactly. That was
Yeah.
exactly what I was thinking too. That's actually a typical Shadow of the Colossus monster. It looks
Yeah.
like the real legs, without the glowing things, of course, but the shape of its legs and everything really looks like Shadow of the Colossus. Can we can climb in this game? Can we climb on this monster?
Maybe.
I hope so.
That would be so cool.
Because you already climb on Step Talus, that
Yeah.
rock boss. I've seen somebody climb on that, so you gotta be able to climb on this one too,
yeah.
if this is a boss.
I really hope so.
Yeah, me too. We both played Shadow of the Colossus. We think it's a great game.
Yeah.
So that would be amazing. And then there's Link and Zelda here. She sits right over there on this rock. She
Yeah.
seems a bit sad, and we'll definitely see more sadness later.
That's right.
Yep, another shrine popping up, and then we have Link and Zelda letting go of hand holding there, but there's Zelda turning around, and
Yeah.
it's obviously Zelda now
Yeah.
that I could get a close look and actually pause, but I wasn't totally sure because many people were talking about. We have seen like a girl who was probably Zelda in earlier trailers, but
Yeah.
some speculated that the two different videos we saw were two different girls because they had different clothes at each point there. But obviously, it's Zelda.
It's Zelda.
Yeah. And
Burning City.
yeah, Burning City. So this is paired the castle town then.
Yeah.
But holy crap, that looks huge.
It does.
I mean, if we would be able to walk around there, like if that was actually Castle Town, that would be amazing.
Yeah. Holy.
So too bad it was destroyed.
Yep. That's too bad.
Yep. And so this is the time when she speaks more, and of course she was the first voice we ever heard with the "Wake Up Link" line in from E3. So what is your thought? Did you hear her talk when you watched this earlier?
Faintly, yeah.
Because you were at work, of course.
Yeah.
So, So what do you think of her voice? Did you see? By the way, did you see the Japanese version or
No, just the English
the English? Okay, because
English version.
yeah, it was in Japanese when it streamed live last night. But apparently they uploaded an English version later. So I got to see it later, but I heard it at Japanese first.
Yeah.
So but what did you think of her voice?
To be honest, I'm not really a fan of it.
Me neither, actually.
I'm not really a fan of voice in a Zelda game.
Exactly. That was what I was going to ask, because was it just because it was English? Because many people, you haven't heard the Japanese, but many people prefer the Japanese and would wish to have a Japanese option.
Of course.
I don't need that in Zelda. I mean, it's not like a real anime.
No.
And of course, sounds better with the Japanese, but I don't want voice acting, and I actually think, from what I've heard so far, Zelda's voice isn't really that good.
No.
I mean, it sounds a bit. It doesn't sound like Zelda like I always wanted her to sound like.
Exactly.
So I hope it gets better when they first have voice acting. But so it seems that very crucial characters, important characters, have voice acting.
Yeah.
Which I guess is a bit fine, but I don't want a whole lot of it. I'd rather have text as usual, as we've usually had in Zelda games. But it might be that the voice mostly is in cutscenes.
I thought about that too.
Because we have seen the old man, we've seen Cass in gameplay, Link talking to them, and they just use text when they talk.
Yeah.
And these kind of lines we hear from these characters like Zelda and probably Decatry and stuff, they sound like typical cutscene lines. That
they do.
They're really important, they sound like, at least.
So I was thinking that myself, that maybe it's only voice in cutscenes.
Yeah.
And outside cutscenes in regular gameplay, it's the usual text box.
Yes, and I hope so. I hope that's the case, because we already know that it's going to be some voice acting, but I hope they limit it a bit. It could be good for them to have voice acting in cutscenes. Maybe that will actually make the whole story stronger.
Yeah.
But the gameplay and just regular dialogues there, I really hope they're just limited to text.
Yeah, I hope so too.
So let's see further here. So we have more Zelda. She's running, she was screaming and stuff. But here's the walrus I was talking about.
Ah, yeah.
But I just focused on the characters in the foreground here. But in the background, what's this? Is it a dungeon or?
Yeah.
I hope it is.
I
Looks
hope so too.
really cool, and there's more stuff to see here. But we'll definitely get a better look at that later in the trailer.
Yeah.
Because. There she's crying, yeah. So that's something I've seen reactions from other YouTubers, and they were really like, "Whoa, like this is huge!" Because maybe there's some sort of romance here, and seeing that much emotion in Zelda, and just hearing her talk the way she did. I mean, not fan of the voice acting, but the stuff she said, like everything she tried to do was all for nothing because everything got destroyed. Apparently,
yeah.
That's huge, and this is a really emotional Zelda character.
It is.
So I'm really excited to see how this goes and what that will do to the game itself.
Mm-hmm. A sad moment.
Yeah. So mounted combat is back, and huge monsters once again. Ice arrows, we see that in action.
Oh yeah.
We already knew about it, but...
Here's
your favorite, of course. And I never noticed this the first time I saw the trailer, but I never heard he actually spoke too. He had voice acting himself. But I was like, oh, Goron, this is gonna excite Only Two, of course.
Of course. Gorons are amazing. And this guy looks badass.
He sure does. So what's this blue fire we see all around him? Is that like his magic power, or?
I was wondering about that too.
I never noticed that either earlier. So, but man, this guy is huge. He has a lot of this huge beard. He has chains around him.
Yeah.
He's gonna be a badass.
That's a Goron.
Yeah, that's Goron. And paragliding here, cool statue. I hope this is like. It looks like there's actually snow around here. I was gonna guess that this was in the desert because obviously in the Desert Colossus, that's a kind of similar structure. But I'm guessing this is a great fairy.
I was guessing that too.
Yeah, makeup, very little clothes.
Have to be a great fairy.
Yeah, it's gotta be it.
Yeah.
And then we had more horseback riding along the beach, it seems.
Yeah.
But here we are.
Yes.
So this must be a Gerudo. That's my first guess, at least. This is one we saw earlier next to the walrus and Link, with the probable dungeon in the background. And that's really cool. And this is both this, like the Gerudo, the Goron, the Zora.
Yeah.
This is all making me believe that the sages are returning.
Yeah.
I mean, we have this one huge badass Goron, of course, probably the leader we just saw.
Mm-hmm.
There's one Gerudo we see here, and there might be more Zoras. I think this Zora here is a different one from the one we saw earlier. It looks younger.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one looks older. And then we have apparently water wheels, and I guess this is a dungeon. I hope so.
Yeah.
Maybe another Great Bay Temple. That would suck though. But
please no.
Hope that's not the case. That it's that, I wouldn't say bad, but that annoying to us. Yeah. Okay, so more Zora. That's definitely a Zora. I mean, it sort of looked like one of them had like a shark on its head, but we have the symbol here on the Zora's head, and that's like clearly the Zora tribe.
Yeah.
We've seen that symbol in Ocarina of Time, Twilight Princess. So that's gotta be it. And there's the Birdman again. I have
Birdman!
no idea who this is, but I'm just calling Falco. So
Falco, yeah.
and there's the Sora with what looks like a shark.
Yeah. I was like, oh my god, Sharkman!
Yeah, that is. It really looks like a shark.
Yeah.
So no idea what's that about, but what that's about. Well, and then we have Zelda doing something. Apparently, I guess she's using her holy power to fend off some guardians. Maybe
Yeah.
this is in the castle town. I don't know. But
Maybe.
there's her again, and now someone's speaking to her. And I think
Yeah.
this is the place where the manly voice says that.
That might be it.
Yeah, save my daughter. So, are we gonna see, a king here again?
I was thinking about that.
We've rarely ever seen a king in Zelda games.
Yeah.
Like he's been mentioned here and there, like in Ocarina of Time.
Yeah.
King is mentioned, but we never see him. We barely see that he's just about dead in A Link to the Past,
Yeah.
but alive in the credits scene again. But of course, there's King Daphnis Hansen Hyrule. Isn't that his name?
Yeah.
In Wind Waker.
Yes.
Yeah. So, and of course we've seen Gabora. Isn't that his name? In Skyward Sword,
Yeah.
the father of Zelda. He wasn't a king, but at least a father.
Yep.
So now, we're probably gonna see a king too.
Yeah.
And just how excited are we for this game now? Whew. Way too excited.
Yeah.
So excited that we spent, well, over a half an hour talking about a trailer that barely lasted 3 minutes.
Yep.
And well, that's incredible to us. We thought that this is gonna take longer than 10-15 minutes, but of course it's gonna take a half an hour.
Of course.
So that's our quick. I wouldn't say quick after all, but thoughts on most of the bits we saw in this trailer. And again, we don't want to analyze everything, but give our thoughts
Yeah.
on what we saw. So, do you have anything else to add?
It was one amazing trailer.
That's true. The trailer has been praised all over the internet as well.
Yeah.
We got to see a lot more than I thought we would.
Yeah.
I knew we were going to get a release date and stuff, and maybe a little bit of gameplay footage, but not. I didn't really expect to see Zelda. I didn't expect to see this many characters at all,
No, me neither.
and this many areas. So, people really love this trailer, and
Yeah.
I do too.
Me too.
It really deserves its praise, and now it's
Does.
so we're
yeah.
under 2 months away from Breath of the Wild and the Nintendo Switch, and
Yeah.
that's when we're gonna play, and that's gonna be a quiet period on our channel, I think, because we're gonna be busy playing games instead of making videos.
Yes.
But of course, we will make videos after we played through the game.
Yeah.
But of course, we have more videos to come up before that. So
That's right.
stay tuned. And this was the Owners of Triforce talking
Hey.
with Owner 1.
And Owner 2.
So thank you for joining us,
Thank
and
you.
we hope you'll enjoy Breath of the Wild yourself.
Have fun.